was in the market recently for a second welder. Well, not one for the workshop, but one for when I'm out and about, either outside doing something or on the road or whatever. And this little guy popped up. Is $148 from Bunnings, and it's a 100 amp Ozito gasless inverter MIG Welder. So I thought, why not test on it and see if we can get this thing to weld at least halfway decent. So, like I said, this thing was $148 from Bunnings, off the shelf. Comes exactly as you see it here. The torch isn't, it's an integral part of the unit. It doesn't, like on a commercial or normal welder, that's usually a removable or a serviceable item. On this one, it's not, it's part of it. It's got an earth lead, power lead. This product is intended for DIY use only. Ozito tend to put that on almost all of their stuff. It's got some instructions on the side. On the front here, voltage and feed rate, and there's a thermal overload light here. I've got no idea what the duty cycle is going to be on this thing, but at 100 amps, probably not great. It's got this handle, and then if you open it up, that's where your wire feeds in. Some instructions down there, but seems to be okay in terms of build quality, but don't know. This isn't, it's a MIG welder per that, but it's gasless, right? So it doesn't use a big gas bottle of argon to shield the weld. It uses flux core, which is wire that's hollow down the middle, and there's like I guess it's a powder or a solid core of something down the middle, and once it gets hot, it turns into a gas and shields the weld. That's the theory anyway. I've done plenty of gasless MIG welding in the past. Before I upgraded to a gas welder at the house, I used to do everything with a gasless, but that was many years ago. So let's give this thing a go and see what you can get for $148, and whether or not it's a good solution for the road, or for if you're starting out or whatever. Got some square tubing here, 2 offcuts. I'll try and join them together. These aren't painted. This is in Australia, when you buy metal, it comes with this weld through primer most of the time, which is this blue stuff. I will give them a slight clean up to give this thing the best possible chance, but let's see if we can get a weld on this. Strap. Okay, so for the voltage, this is 2mm walled square tube. I'll just put it, there's no scale here, it just says min max, and then for the feed rate there's min max. I'll just put them both in the middle, see where that takes us for the first weld. blew a hole. So it's got some power. It's got a bit of penetration. You see the weld's gone all the way through, and yeah, fairly embarrassing. I blew a hole. So what I might do is I might back the voltage down a bit. Didn't really sound how I'd want it to sound. Normally I like it to sound like it's sizzling, but it was more of a, I don't know. Alright, here we go again with a little bit less voltage. Same thing, blew a hole again. We'll give it another go with even less voltage. So we're down to about a third voltage now on the scale. Right up until the point that it's blowing holes, it actually feels okay. It doesn't sound good, but it seems to be laying down a beat okay. This is this crap you get on your torch is the flux core, or the shielding gas. When it burns off, it makes a bit of a mess. But anyway, here we go again. Didn't blow a hole that time. This probably sounded a little bit better. Oh, not half bad. Actually sounds pretty good now at the much lower voltage setting. Looks pretty good. I'll get the wire brush. Just give it a quick clean up and we'll have a look at the weld, because when you weld with gasless or flux core, similar to when you're stick welding, you get a skin on the outside of the weld that you can chip off. Okay. They don't look too bad. It's penetration, a little bit. Obviously, hole, when I had the voltage turned up too high on both sides, but once I turned it down, so here, this looks okay. And same as this side. Don't know. Might get something else and have another go at it. Let's give this one a go. Tapped it on at both ends. That's much better. Yeah, it's welded much better this time. You can see the penetration. I mean, this here is, I guess it's 4mm. It's RHS, but I've cut the side off it previously. But you can see it's penetrating. So I mean, that's not too bad, really. I might get a couple of pieces of sheet metal and test on some light gauge stuff. Alright, so I've got two pieces of sheet metal. I'm going to butt weld them together, or attempt to butt weld them together. I'll turn the heat down because it's so thin. As with usual flux core gasless welding, it's a messy weld. Not sure how good it comes up, but you can see it's certainly not the most attractive, but I mean, it seems strong. This is sheet metal. Like, I'm trying to snap it at the weld and it's not. It's bending the metal around it. Look at that. So there is nothing wrong with that. That's pretty good. I don't know, I'm very impressed actually. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. This looks great. Looks great. It's not the most attractive weld, but I mean, you can see where the weld pool was moving. You can see my strokes in it. Same as this side here. You can see where the weld pool was. And this is obviously, being sheet metal, it's tacked, but it's super strong. Like, I don't know, I think this would be perfectly okay for panel work. You need to be very careful with it if you're going to use it for panel work, because being flux core, it usually, I don't know if it's factual or not, but it seems to burn hotter than what a shielded gas weld will do. But I mean, if you're slow and patient, and this Ozito seems to be okay. Yeah, I'll keep using it for when I'm on the go. Obviously, most of my work I use my normal the Uni-MIG that I use, but this the Uni-MIG was probably 6 or 7 times the price of this one, and always requires gas and all the rest of it. So yeah, but to get you out of a pinch, or yeah, if you're just starting out and you want a little unit for the house, this little Ozito might be the go. Certainly seems to be okay at this point. All right, well, yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it's some use to somebody. No matter your position, everyone's got to start somewhere, and yeah, the Ozito 100 amp gasless inverter MIG seems okay. Thanks.